A Kayran may very well look like a gigantic overgrown octopus squid thing, and that's because it is. With its long flailing tentacles and gaping mouth filled with hundreds of razor-sharp teeth, poisonous slime dripping from its body, it might remind one of the famous kraken from our own world, especially because the Kayran is not meant to be as big as it is, either. When we first lay eyes on the creature in Flotsam, Geralt mentions that the beast must be huge, and that it likely used to hunt animals in one of the Pontar's tributaries before it grew for some reason, and hunger drove it to seek fresh pastures closer to civilization. And that was roughly 1 month ago when Geralt got there. Then, when asked for information on the Kayran, Kayran, the ex-Scoia'tael, notes that they should have killed it years ago, but now the beast has become too large for the riverbed, and it has strange growths on its tentacles as well, and extremely thick skin. So, the Kayran used to be a much smaller creature, living in the swamps north of the Pontar River. I'm sure there would be dozens such monsters all over the world, so what makes this one so special? How did it grow so big? Quite frankly, it's anyone's guess, and while it's merely speculation, of course, we do run into some ex-Salamandra members while nosing around Flotsam, and we all know what Salamandra likes to do most. Experiment. Not just on humans, but on monsters as well, growing some of them to monstrous sizes. It isn't entirely beyond the scope of possibility that this Kayran, whether on purpose or by accident, came into contact with some of these experimental Salamandra brews, causing it to mutate into its massive size. Because what does Triss say after casting a diagnostic spell? The monster is sick. It's dying. Some of the cells in its body have mutated. Certainly sounds familiar, doesn't it? Like a failed experimental trial of the grasses. So the Kayran may very well be a Salamandra experiment gone wrong. Now it lay about near Flotsam, attacking humans as well. Geralt, after some trouble, defeated the beast, of course, and that was the end of the already dying creature. The she-troll of Vergen was but one half of an illustrious duo of trolls, the male part of which had found Triss Merigold when she was in dire need of aid and nursed her back to health. This in itself was a noble endeavor, of course, but the she-troll thought otherwise. You see, our lady troll had a bit of a jealous streak. She saw how fond her partner had gotten of Triss, and in a huff, she left their cozy cave to go sulk in the mountains. Grief-stricken, her husband troll asked a wandering Geralt of Rivia for aid in finding his wife. He did love her dearly, whether she believed that or not. And find her, Geralt did. Depending on his choice, of course, he would either kill the poor thing or save her from the monster hunters that had cornered her at the time. And, if indeed, Geralt found himself on the side of the she-troll against the hunters, she would eventually repay his kindness. Because not only did the troll couple answer Geralt's questions about Triss, but during the battle for the nearby dwarven city, Vergen, both good-natured monsters lumbered into town as well to fight at Geralt's side in defending Vergen.
Thanks, I'll remember that. Now go to your mate. Maybe pick her some flowers first.
Flowers? No! Flowers stench. Troll bring bird dung.
Ozzrel, as much as I'd like this creature to have as interesting a story as some of the monsters we find in Gwent, isn't honestly much more than a rather overgrown Algul. He terrorizes the crypts in the outskirts, and the huntsman nearby will pay you a hefty sum to get rid of him. And since he dies during The Witcher 1, he doesn't really make a reappearance. Although an interesting fact may be that his Gwent card image could very well be in reference to a quote from Iorveth in The Witcher 2.
Sooner or later, humans will kill off all the Enshe, all dwarves and gnomes. Then they'll start murdering one another. Your kind knows no other way. It's in your genes. You'll keep killing each other until only one remains, the strongest among you. 1,000 years from now, a dim-witted human barbarian will climb to the top of a pile of bones, sit down and proclaim, "I win."